GA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the City of Angels, Los Angeles, California. Today we've got an NFC matchup on tap, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Los Angeles Rams. And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First play and a first pass coming for Darnold. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The catch and run good for 24 yards. They'll run. It's Kenneth Walker. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. Brought down on the play by Kobe Turner. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw is Darnold. Has it complete to Jackson Smith-Njigba. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
And that's exactly what offenses try to avoid by using motion and throwing different formations up. They hate when he can draw a bead on the play, get a running start, and make a big play behind the line of scrimmage as he did just there.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. They snap it. They're going for it. Here's Darnold. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on 4th down.
I remember in pregame when we were talking to him on the field, and he took his gloves off and showed us his fingers. A few misshapen ones in there, and now we know why, trying to catch those types of bullets.
That was a dart. Yeah, even for a talented receiver, those are tough to hang on to. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
You can tell they wanted to get that ball downfield, but they had nothing working in the secondary, so he dropped it off to the running back. That one ended up incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Play action. It's Darnold. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
That's a big force incompletion there to bring up 3rd and long, and this defense can still salvage a little momentum by forcing them to kick a field goal, because just a few plays ago, they looked like they were headed towards the end zone.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Darnold to throw again. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's Walker. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. No score after 1 on EA Sports. Seahawk football here to start quarter number 2. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Walker is in. Touchdown, Seattle. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 7-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Big DeMarcus Lawrence getting in there and bringing him to the ground. And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Stafford. Going to be taken in here by Nakua. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Now Stafford. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll run for the first time here with Kyler Williams. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Yellow lady! Yellow lady!
Here's Stafford. And that's complete to Adams. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
Omaha, remove! 250!
Throwing is Stafford. Screenplay set up for Williams. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum, because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
Hand! Omaha, remove! Zebra! Tonight!
Out of the gun, Stafford. Complete. Smith has it. It'll go as a gain of 4. And it's 2nd down.
59!
Again, it's Stafford. Slant to Adams. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and just a yard. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. And he is going to have a Rams first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Ready.
Here's Stafford. The quick slant caught. Touchdown. Devontae Adams. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Rams are on the board here in the final minute of the first half.
After nearly 30 minutes of football, that touchdown puts us in a position where if they make the extra point, we're right back to even before we start the second half.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that one not returnable, not by a long stretch, over the back line of the end zone, so that's going to be spotted up at the 35-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Back to throw, Darnold. Open man is Barner, the tight end. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And it's 2nd down.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
And that will be incomplete with the clock showing 18 seconds now to go.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
Darnold now to throw. Throw out wide to Walker. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Throwing again is Darnold. And the Rams got it. They bring him down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play.
This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're 10 miles south of downtown L.A. as you get a look inside SoFi Stadium here in Inglewood. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams. Mike Tirico alongside Greg Olson and Jason Myers has us set to get started. And off we go from SoFi. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line.
Ready. Ready, hot.
Now it's a bootleg with Stafford. Forced out wide. Escaping the danger. Throwing and completing. And he's going to be out of bounds, just shy of midfield. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
Set. Waiting.
First down, Stafford. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very stout there. That's going to bring up second down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
He's across midfield. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. Good-looking screen play there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
Set. Omaha. Ready, look. 280.
First carry here for Kyron Williams. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33.
White 7.
From the gun, here's Stafford. I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down.
That's not an easy catch by any means, but at this level, Mike, you get paid to catch them all. And really, you get paid to catch the hard ones. And you know that hit, it's coming either way. And I remember learning as a young player early in my career, the hit's coming, you're going to get knocked to the ground. It feels a lot better getting off the ground and handing the ball to the official.
Stafford now on third down. That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. A gain there of 16 yards. Good for a Rams first down.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
On first down, it's Stafford. That one to the sideline and incomplete, and a penalty flag now comes in late. Maybe no receiver in the area on that one.
Ready. Omaha. Ready, move. 180.
Second down, it's Stafford. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a third down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
Play 8 of the opening drive coming up, and now they face third down.
180.
Throwing again is Stafford. Short throw pulled in by Parkinson. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier. You know, they did a lot of good things on this opening drive, Mike. I know they stalled out once they got down there into the red zone. They're going to need to work on finishing some of these drives as this game moves along. But that's a good 3 points to start this game.
Get across the 20, mark them at the 22-yard line. The first carry for the Spartan, Kenneth Walker. And this play going nowhere. He is taken down behind the line of scrimmage on their first play of the game. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. There's a short one taken in by Barner. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Taking advantage of that running ability. Gain of 17 and a first down. Walker. And he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. Seahawks football beginning this second quarter. They've got it 2nd down and 6 to begin. Darnold to throw. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. And he's going to have a first down. He's forced out. Nice pickup of 9.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can drop all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Depending on the situation or the down and distance, Mike, the linebackers have different reads. Sometimes they read the offensive lineman. Sometimes they read the running back. In this case, his read brings him right to the play. He's able to make a big stop and keep the game to nothing.
And he will be out of bounds right around the 35. Great timing to call the screen. It's a gain of 17 and a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. Shaheed with the catch. And he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remain in a 3-0 first half. Greg and I return to SoFi Stadium after a short break. Here's 2nd and 2. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That one out in front of his big target. They cannot connect, and it falls incomplete.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes, so give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
On 3rd and 2, it's Darnold. It's complete. He's got Hunt. And he's going to have the first down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well.
Now they're entering the area of the field, especially with the amount of yards they've gained on this possession, Mike, where it feels like a touchdown is critical. For the defense, settling for a field goal here, especially with the ball where it is, feels like a win.
To throw again is Darnold. They'll try to set up the screen here with Walker. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
Darnold to throw again. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
Got it with Smith and Jigba. And the Seahawks are going to have 1st and goal coming up. Tackle made at the 3-yard line. Now a timeout Rams. That's number 2. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the first down. Here's Darnold again. It is zone. Kenneth Walker. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Isn't it just so nice when you have a guy like this, when you're deep in the red zone and you need to finish with 6? Not only does the defense have to account for him on the ground in a more traditional fashion, but when you have this many ways to get him involved in the passing game, it is just so hard to stop.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. And he will sit on it here in the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 35-yard line.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10.
42! Yellow 80! Yellow 80!
Working out of the gun, Stafford. A hit as he throws there. It's going to wind up incomplete. The pressure got to him that time, and it'll set up 2nd down.
Hey, 22!
From the shotgun, it's Stafford. Flush to his right. He runs with it, and he'll get forward. Gives him about 4 yards before getting out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 3rd down.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
180!
Throw it. On 3rd down, Stafford. Here's a screen set up to Williams. And he's going to get this close to a 1st down, but he's out of bounds a yard short, and that's going to make it 4th down.
This exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive, keep your offense on the field. It's always a gamble anytime you go for 4th down on your side of the field, but they clearly thought they had a play that they liked, but the defense came up huge, and now their offense is going to have a chance to capitalize and take advantage of this short field.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. He's going to look deep. Going to Cup. And he's in. Cooper Cup. Touchdown, Seattle. A terrific play.